Hey.
Let's see what we got.
What up, what up? I'm Adrian Young.
I'm Ali Shaheed Muhammad.
And we are
The Midnight Hour.
And you are listening to
Mega Late Show.
Okay. We can get started with that.
All right, cool.
Yeah, let's go into it, man. Peace. Welcome back. As you heard, Mega Late Show.
Hey.
Man, I feel a little bit weird going into it because I haven't done a Mega Late Show episode in such a long time, but thank you for tuning in. My name is Robinson Mega. I am the host and producer of the Mega Late Show. And yeah, this is episode number 163.
Hey.
You can see my guest next to me, and if you listen to the audio version of this, you'll hear who he is in just a moment. But yeah, the Mega Late Show is a Tokyo-based hip-hop art and culture podcast. We've been rocking for about 5 years, and shit, the guest catalog goes back quite substantially. I've got a lot of guests in the past. I actually haven't recorded in maybe almost a year now at this point. But yeah, this should be episode 163. Did I say that?
Yeah, so 163.
Okay, 163. Yeah, for those of you who are watching this on Secret House Against the World, let me go ahead and just draw the lines of distinction between the content that's happening here. So this is the Mega Late Show, and this is the podcast I've been doing for 5 years. You can find us on SoundCloud. We go back, it's 163 episodes, but there's well over 250 pieces of content. The Mega Late Show started off as me, Mega, my partner Late, and then the homie Steez. And people in Tokyo know both of these guys probably. Late was gone before you got out to Tokyo, I believe.
Yeah.
You never met Late.
I
But
don't think so.
Steez is still out here, but Steez was the first to leave the podcast. Steez is an actor, and he does a lot of like sound gigs. Like
Okay.
he does music. Like you see him on Netflix movies in Japan and shit like that. He's an actor. It's my good people. That's my guy Steez, right? Stephen Lefevre. Find him out.
That's a cool name.
And Late moved to Tokyo, moved from Tokyo back to Atlanta about 2 years ago. So I kind of been doing a Mega Late Show by myself. And like I said, I took a little bit of a hiatus. Mm-hmm. You can find our content on the SoundCloud. That's all good. Secret House Against the World, which is the name of this YouTube channel that this video will be on, is a also Tokyo-based album review conversation show. So we review music on there, you know what I mean? And that's me, my man, DJ L Spade, who's a DJ out here and also an actor. And he's a producer. He's a man of many talents. And my man, Jet Axel, real name, Jet Axel, who is, he's a professional model. He's also one of the most knowledgeable people that I've ever met about Japanese music in general. That fool knows like everything about when it comes to subcultures of Japanese music, whether it's like hardcore punk or whatever. He's the guy, like city pop and all that. He also has a podcast where he talks about that. But I fucked up on the music. Hold on. Let me just put it back, and I'll keep playing that.
Interesting talking to him.
Yeah, Jet is amazing.
Yeah.
Oh, L Spade too. L Spade has a podcast, and they all do different types of content too. Jet is about to be on they were doing a television show that got kind of canceled because of Corona, but he's basically going to be interviewing artists around Tokyo.
Wow, that's so cool.
Yeah, he's very much in the shit.
Yeah.
Odd Cypher Divine, which is another part of this YouTube channel, is me having conversations outside of Secret House and outside of Mega Late Show. Sometimes it'll be topical, and I guess that also includes this new geek content thing that I'm adding to the channel as well. We reviewed the Batman, me and my man Katomi, a few weeks back, and then next weekend we're going to be talking about the new Doctor Strange movie that just dropped.
Did you watch it?
Yeah, I watched it already. Did you see it?
I'm about to.
Spoilers. No, I'm just kidding. Nah, it's actually kind of wonderful. It's good if you're a Sam Raimi fan. I think you'll enjoy it. If you're a Marvel fan, they do Marvel movies. It's frictionless. There's not a lot to hate on when it comes to those type of things.
Yeah.
They've got the formula down. But yeah, so those are the kind of 4 pieces of content. My glasses is so foggy all the time. But yeah, those are like the 4 pieces of content on here. Today's Mega Late Show time, man. All these beats in the background are by my man, Jansport J. Check out my episode that I did with him. He just had a new beat that was on the Coast Contra album. And also, we reviewed that on Secret House Against the World. Are you familiar with Coast Contra?
No.
Those freestyling ass fools. Those fools are tight. But yeah, phenomenal artist. He's on Mega Late Show episode something. I forget the number, but he also just dropped an album with the OG beat maker in Tokyo, Buddha Monk.
Oh, I've been hearing about Buddha Monk.
Oh, I mean, he's like the 4th generation of or third generation of like producers out here that really blew up. Like he's good homies with like DiBiase, and he comes from that kind of LA beat scene movement, and he's championed out here as being, you know, like one of the illest. He's an OG. But him and Jansport J, they met when Jansport was out here, and they produced an album together. It's called Buddha Sport. It just dropped last month. Please go check that out. Support independent art and culture. Jansport J is super ill. He had that Benny beat. Fucking Jansport's one of the illest, man. Shout out to him.
Hey.
And today, man, let me go ahead and get it on with my guest. So, J Rovia.
Yeah.
I'm pronouncing that right? All right. Yeah, J Rovia, you are a member of the Hilt.
Yes.
And the Hilt is people, longtime fans of the Mega Late Show, and even on Cypher Divine. You'll know these cats. It's my cousin A Valley. They got Crafty Kid on there. MJ the Sensei, Monsieur Giovanni, Nair B, and Neku.
Neku, yeah.
All right, so Neku at this point with you on the show now, Neku is the only one that hasn't done the show, but he's all Japanese.
He's all Japanese.
So that's one of the limitations because my audience is English speakers, right? And my Japanese kind of trash anyways. But J Rovia, man, peace. Thank you for joining.
Yo, thank you
Do
for
I have an
having me.
applause?
Hey.
No, that is not an applause. That's not an applause. See, I haven't done it in a long time. Let me see what I got. There we go. Hey. There's the applause drop. I'm bringing back the 404. Yeah, all right, man. It's a pleasure to have you on the podcast.
Yeah, man.
You just got to Tokyo like within the last year, right?
Like half a year ago.
Okay.
Yeah.
And of course with COVID times, you're the one person I haven't really had a chance to rock with and talk to.
Yeah.
I've seen you at a few events, but yeah, today's kind of I was glad it was just me and you, even though we invited MJ and even A Valley, but people are busy. It's also Sunday, it's Mother's Day, and
It is
you know
Mother's
what I mean?
Day. It is Mother's Day.
Yeah, I mean every day is Mother's Day. Shout out to the mothers, you know what I mean? But yeah, this is kind of us getting to know each other, and we talked a little bit before the podcast, but I would like to rehash some of those things for our audience, man. But tell us what you do. You're an MC, right?
Yeah, I guess I'd say that. It's kind of weird, to be honest. Like, I just moved out from Hokkaido a couple months, like half a year ago. And, back then I was coming back and forth. Every now and then, I guess like every 3 or 4 months, like coming down to Tokyo if we had a show. Come out to the show if like maybe Jovan or Al wanted me to do something with them. I'll come down and do something with them. I was really blessed because I was in a small town called Kikonai, and that was like, it's weird because there are only 2 places in Hokkaido that have a Shinkansen line. Okay. And Kikonai was one of those places.
Okay, so that's kind of lucky for you
then. I was
then.
very lucky, so I'll be able to it was a grip. I mean, money wise and time wise too. It took around like 4 hours. Just on the Shinkansen. It goes by quickly after you're used to it.
Yeah, Shinkansen's dope too, though. It's like, it's like an airplane without the bullshit of it. You know what I mean? Like, you don't gotta wait and then wait for the planes to move and then take off and then put your seatbelt on. It's like getting into a plane and the plane is just moving already. You know? The food is not as dope. They give you the weak bentos.
Oh yeah, the Shinkansen. I've never tried that. It's just like they come up with like the snacks. Just be lucky. But even you go out to like the station and you try to get like a bento to go. Yeah, they're not that great.
Yeah, you gotta bring your own shit.
They're expensive.
Yeah,
they're
they try to
so
get you.
expensive.
The Shinkansen is dumb expensive. Like, they're like a plane ticket to like Korea can be like 9,000 yen, like 90 American dollars, $100 back and forth plane ticket to Korea. Nah, on a Shinkansen, I just went to Honda, which is in Nagoya, which is only like an hour and a half on the Shinkansen, right? That shit costs like $200 a person. Yeah, it's dummy expensive. But I mean, yeah, I'm glad that you're out here, man. This little town in Hokkaido for people that don't know, Hokkaido is the northernmost part of Japan, and it's cold as fuck out there. So you a black man in the cold and in a small town. Were you like one of the only brothers out there?
I was in my town, but like in the city next door, Hakodate, which is the second largest city. It doesn't.
Okay,
feel
I know
like
Hakodate.
Yeah, that's the second largest city in Hokkaido. So the largest city for most people know
Sapporo.
Sapporo.
Yeah.
Sapporo is the 4th largest city. You have Sapporo, Hakodate, Asahikawa, and then I believe Otaru or Obihiro.
Okay.
Yeah, but like Hakodate is kind of interesting. Hakodate feels more like a suburb than it does a city, because it's not really a city center.
Sure.
But it's like pretty dope. You definitely need a car to get around.
You was driving out there?
Nah, my homies.
Okay.
I was blessed. My homies had cars, and I took public transportation. And taking a bus out there is really nice, because you just kind of, it's better than the train. Because I prefer taking buses than trains, because I get to see more life.
I do like the buses too.
Yeah, you
find out more about the city.
Exactly.
Like on a train, you lose sense of what direction you're moving in and
like
shit.
so fast.
Yeah. Sometimes I'll be in a car, be like, "Where am I?"
Yeah.
And be like, "Oh, that's the Yogi Station." Okay. I know where we're at now.
Just
but word.
change the scenery.
Oh, that's ill.
But
So how long have you been in Japan in general?
Going on 5 years. So I was my first experience. My first years in Japan was in Okayama, and this is when I was in Hiroshima. When he was in Hilt
Y'all met out there.
No, we met in Kansas.
Oh no shit. That's right.
Brother.
That's
my big brother, because like he's a big reason why I'm here.
Okay.
So he was like, I met him. It was kind of funny how we met. So my really close friend, he was studying abroad, and then like they were going to a house party, and I remember, he might not remember this, but I remember vividly, like we go into the car, he picks us up, and he's speaking Japanese to them, and I was like, yo, that's a brother that's speaking Japanese. I want to get onto that level one day. And like, went to the house party, chilling, told him like my story. I was like, hey man, like, I've been really interested going to Japan. I heard you like talking Japanese, like, did you like live there for a while? And he was like, yeah, I studied abroad at Okayama. I was like, oh, that's really cool. Like, I actually wanted to go to Sofia to study abroad, maybe in like next year or like the year after. He was like, that's cool, but if I was you, I'd go to Okayama to really experience like Japanese culture. In addition to that, Okayama's like close to Kyoto, Hiroshima, Osaka. So you definitely get to see a lot more out there. It's like centrally located. Yeah. So which is really cool.
Oh, that's ill.
Yeah.
I love Valley, man. I call him my blood cousin because he got family. Like my father is a Black Seminole, Black Native American. He got Black Seminole in his family, and it's such a small group of people historically. That I'm just like, we probably cousins somehow. So I always call him my blood cousin, but that's one of my favorite people out here. Shout out to A Valley, who's really killing it with the verses this year, bro. Like, man, he got that song on who was on it? Him and Freets, Mansour Freets.
Oh yeah, that one that came out like on Das Internacional.
Yeah, man. A Valley is so dope, bro. Like people, and that's why like I want these to be on my YouTube channel, because like Japan has so much dope hip hop, and you guys as a collective are some of my favorite. I mean, we listed the names, and all of you have different styles from each other and different approaches to music. Like Mansour Giovanni, like half the time I don't think he really want to make like rap music. He want to make like of like some type of synthesis of other things. It's a very creative group that y'all got together, man. So word, man. Yeah, we're gonna play some of your music later, and probably some more, some Hilt tracks and shit too. But man, shout out to A Valley for getting you out here. 5 years is pretty good. 5 years is pretty good. I've been here, like I've been in Tokyo for like 9 years.
Wow, that's a bit.
Yeah, I've been in Tokyo for like 9 years. And, I've been in Ikebukuro for about 5. I'm actually a cultural ambassador for the city of Ikebukuro.
Wow.
They give me business cards and everything.
That's what's up.
Yeah, and they try to, like, I'm trying to throw some functions and do some things, but in the meantime, I'm getting shit like Ike bus passes in the mail every week and shit. You know what I mean? Yeah. Hey. But you live right here in Ikebukuro with us too, man. A lot of people that know Japan, like Japanese people, you tell them you live in Ikebukuro, and they look at you like you live in like Watts or like the slums and shit. Well, because this area used to have such a large gang presence. A lot of the seedy shit happens. You see all the love hotels on my block alone. All the sex workers, and the two places that still have the most crime in Tokyo are like Kabukicho and Ikebukuro. And even to me, who's grown up in places that have a lot more poverty and a lot more crime, due to that fact, this place is safe as fuck. I might see some Chinese people fighting outside of my window at 2:00 in the morning, or my wife just saw somebody fighting this morning.
Wow.
But yeah, like besides that, it's just like the Chinese folks don't fuck with me. The police don't fuck with me here anymore either, because they're busy fucking with the Chinese folks. Shout out to all my Chinese folks, man. Y'all really taking a lot of pressure off us and shit. Bro, when I was in Komagome, Yamanote line, I got stopped like 6 times in 6 months by the police. And here, police just like they'll walk past me to get to like a Malaysian cat and be like, "Yo, we heard you speaking some shit." Yeah, bro, it's
like,
crazy.
Even the other day, like I was having sushi with my friends, and we walk. It was like on the east side, and we walk out of the place, walk out of the restaurant, and I kid you not, there were like 10 police cars out the station.
Oh shit!
And we're like, yo, what is going on? And it was like, are they in their cars or not? So we just like take a closer look. They not in their cars, like something was going on. And I was like, they were saying like, should we walk in that direction? I was like, no.
Nah, dog.
I was like, no. We gotta go.
We don't want to get pulled into the violence.
Hell no. I was like, nah, we cooling on that. But it was crazy. It's like, we don't want to take a second look at
right.
Like,
they probably they might have found like somebody selling like bootleg pornography, you know, like uncensored porn. That'd be the crimes that happen out here. The crimes that happen out, crimes that happen out here would be like an old man gets mad at the fucking person at the convenience and starts throwing shit. Like that's what they count as the crimes that make bigger crimes. Yeah, of course we got murders. We did have a murder at the Love Hotel, but all of that shit is just like
Gabriel was talking about that someone got stabbed
at the joint right here, 2 blocks down, right by the between the 7-Eleven.
What?
Yeah, that's 7-Eleven right here. Somebody got fucking murdered.
Gosh.
I mean, the people get murdered at the love hotels. You know, it'd be like that. The sex workers, it's decriminalized. It's kind of not even decriminalized. It's just overlooked by the Japanese government. But you know, it's because it's overlooked and seen as a crime. There's not a lot of protections for, you know what I mean, the sex workers and shit. So sometimes the sex workers be getting the dudes. They like steal their money while they all drunk and shit. You know. Ikebukuro, that's us. I didn't know that he was here. I found out just today when I sent you the address. She was like, "Oh, that's down the street from me," and I was like, "That could mean that you were in a different station, like 2 stations away, or it could mean down the street." But literally,
it's down.
You and Crafty Kid are right down Kikijo Dori and into the right.
Yeah.
You stay out there with Adam and shit too, right?
They're on the floor below.
Okay, no
Adam
doubt.
And Mox.
Okay, bet.
Yeah.
Hey,
It's been
Ikebukuro
cool.
represent.
But it's been different. Like when I was walking through, I was like, "Oh shit!" But it's like it's calm because like it's like you come into that area. It's like with all like the love hotels, and I mean like pretty cool restaurants too.
Yeah.
All like
the
bars.
best Chinese food is out here, bro.
That's what they've been saying.
I mean, I'll point you out to the spots if you need to know. They got the best, and it's like legit Chinese food. It's it's Chinese food. It's like you order chicken and it comes with the head. You know what I mean?
I was like, what?
Yeah. It's not like some Panda Express or some fucking General Tso's chicken. It'd be like some real, I don't know how to pronounce it type of,
But it's good.
Oh yeah, bro. I mean, you know, that's how you really learn a culture is through their food. And the Chinese culture, man, they really killing it out here. This is the fastest growing Chinese community in Japan.
Out here in Ikebukuro.
In Ikebukuro, yeah. So,
that's
but what you were telling me, man? Like I know you've been to the States and your accent sounds pretty America neutral. Yeah. But you grew up, you lived a lot of your life in West Africa.
In West Africa, yeah.
What part of West Africa?
Cameroon, Senegal, Gambia, Niger.
Oh, all over. How did that happen? Your parents'
job. So they first started working for NGOs, and then my ma then started working for the Peace Corps.
Hey.
And then after Peace Corps, she went and started working for the State Department.
Okay.
So that's what
it must have instilled you with a lot of positive values and shit, though. Yeah.
I guess.
I mean, yeah. So tell me a little bit about those experiences, man. How is it different out there? Like.
Yeah, I mean, just like the culture, it's like very interesting because like the West African culture is very I'll say metaphorically speaking centralized, but it depends on where in West Africa you're living. So if you're living in like French or like Francophone West Africa, a lot of the culture is the same. A lot of the food is somewhat similar. Let's say breakfast, we have baguettes and then, butter and jam. That's like standard, baguette, butter and jam, tea or coffee. That's like standard. Maybe you might get a croissant, but that's like standard throughout. Or you might have like potatoes and mayo, and that's like standard. But if you go to like, Anglophone West Africa, the culture is like vastly different as well.
So you speak French?
I grew up speaking, so that was my first language.
Your first language is French.
My first language, but like my mom, she's from the States, and my parents don't really speak French with me at home. So like, I had caretakers, they would speak to me. But I went to international schools and just like moving all over, and then, going back to the States. So I lost a lot of it, especially when I moved to Gambia. I had no one to speak it with, so it just kind of
fleets. Yeah,
it
gets
just
away.
fleets. So like, I can have conversations, I can understand what people say, but like I have to be in the environment for a long time for it to slowly like start.
Jet
back.
Speaks French.
Yeah. It was kind of weird because like it was not weird, but like interesting. To just rephrase that. Because me, Des, and Ro, we got a project coming out, and like sometimes it's much easier for me to explain things in French than in English, and it sounds different. Yeah. And just like the meaning, it has more meaning behind it. And so like there was like a French verse that I put on one of our songs, and we were playing it for Jet, and like he was like, okay, like what's going on? And he was like, yeah, my mom's French.
Yeah.
And I was like, what, really? And then we just like broke off, and I was like, damn, this is like very surprising. Like, did not expect that at all. Yeah, it was cool.
Yeah. You know, growing up in California, of course, we have diversity, but it's different. You know, like like it's basically Southern California where I was at is like basically occupied Mexico. Like the border is kind of like right over there, and it's like, you know, a lot of, you know, you encounter a lot of Spanish, but when it comes to like the diversity of blackness out there, it really is black. It's like the people who have no real idea where they come from in Africa or any like kind of, you know, they basically like their ancestors were slaves, and that's how they made it to the Americas. So everywhere I was black, and of course you occasionally come across somebody who's like military black but like born in Germany, to like their mom is like, you know, they black and white but their mom's like German and shit. But like it took me coming to Tokyo to really kind of meet cats. I'm like, yo, where are you from? And he'd be like, yo, fucking Cameroon. It's like, oh shit, dog. Like, word? Y'all wear you know what I mean? Because so much of what we know about Africa is romanticized. It's also, you know, part of this ideological superstructure that makes you think that all of Africa is, you know, poor spears and shit, you know what I mean? Which, you know, parts of it are, but Africa's a humongous continent, and I don't know, man. I've never taken a pilgrimage back or anything like that. So it's always interesting to see people that come from that. I see when I heard about you, I heard like, oh yeah, like somebody said something about you being from Africa. But then when you walked into the house today, you speaking English to me, and I'm just like, I don't pick up on any type of accent here. I don't pick up on any accent. You know what I mean? It sounds like a very American neutral type of accent. You don't got like a bruv or anything in there. You know what I mean? Like you sprinkle a ting. You know what I mean? Put a little of that on it. Okay, that's ill though, dog. Yeah. Okay. How do you feel about living out here in Japan? Has it exceeded your expectations? Like we were talking earlier, you see some of my Dragon Ball shit coming off here, and you're a fan of like Dragon Ball too.
Yeah, huge fan of like Dragon Ball anime. You know, like I said earlier, you grew up watching a lot of these like in French, so grew up watching like Ghost in the Shell in French, like Evangelion in French.
No shit.
Whole bunch of stuff.
That's
man.
Those dubs gotta be pretty wild to hear like French Goku.
No, like French Goku, French Vegeta.
Hard.
Ooh, dude. It made the English dub look weak.
Oh, word.
The French dub is insane.
Oh man, you got good voice actors out there.
Yeah, because I think especially like during the 90s, I think like the height of anime is like, you know, 90s, you know, early up to like the 2010s, like mid 2010s was like where it's at. But like especially in like France, just kind of like gravitated towards that anime culture. So there are a lot of shows that didn't really pop off here in Japan. They exported it to France and it just blew up. So like what's a really big one? There's so many shows that are on my mind. It's like
I'm like an anime guy, but I'm not like a super anime guy. I know old shit like Ninja Scroll and fucking the Guyver and shit like that. You don't know the Guyver?
Nah.
Oh, bro. Bio Booster Armor Guyver. That shit is hard.
Nah.
Okay.
Nah.
I mean, like there was like fucking Inuyasha was getting big in the 2000s.
Yeah.
You know, when Cowboy Bebop came out and like Samurai Champloo, like that's all Toonami stuff. I was already like older at that point. It was like it was in my periphery, or maybe like my homeboy's like Korean girlfriend was like watching Inuyasha all the time and shit. But for me, I'm like I've never felt like I was like an anime buff, like a otaku level type of dude who's like big on it. I just don't know enough about it. I got my little interest, but it's like geek shit.
But it's calm,
like I got this poster from Uniqlo. No, I mean really, it's like
Uniqlo be awesome. Like they be repping. They got like a bunch of One Piece stuff, and
I got a pink Master Roshi hoodie.
That is
Roshi
hard.
Here. Yeah, and I was like, hard. I didn't freak it enough this last winter, but I'm gonna get it off.
Dope,
I'm gonna get it off.
Yeah,
word.
Yeah.
All right, man. Shit. I guess I should get into a little bit more. Like, man, last night you guys had a show.
Yeah.
And the Hilt I mean, things are opening up now. I got invited to a show today, and I'm just like,
Dang.
bro, like I feel like I've, for such a long time, for like the last 2 years, it's like there's like one show a month or a show, and then it gets canceled because of we go into emergency mode or whatever. But it's starting to open it up again, and I see that the Hilt has been doing a lot of shows out in Shonan, out there where Giovanni and
they
Miles stay out there too, right?
Yeah,
MJ?
Miles, MJ, and Giovanni, Mr. Giovanni. But like they really putting it on for the culture out there.
Yeah.
Like seriously, just leaps and bounds out to A Valley. Shout outs to them, man. They've been really working hard, man. Really putting us on. But it's it's a blessing because I know like the energy out in Shonan is very different from what it is in Tokyo. But it's a very accepting energy. People are just out there really welcoming, and with that they also like welcome just like the culture. And shout out to Jovan, Miles, and Chloe. They're gonna be having their song today being played on the radio out there.
Oh, word.
Cosmic Shade, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Cosmic Shade is gonna be on the radio out in Shonan from like
love
6
to
to
see
7, like around. It's gonna be
Love to
those
see
air
it.
times, yeah. So it's really dope. So let's shout outs to them, man. Really putting it on. Yeah.
I was trying to get to the show last night, man, but I was way out in Fusa with Justice and Killer Verse barbecuing, and then about to get some tattoo work. And when I made it back to Tokyo, it was like I had to run to the house real quick to drop off the keys, and it was like, yo, by the time I get back, all of it. I think the only thing I would have caught is like Keem and Robbie DJing like at the end. And I was like, bro, I'm already drunk. So let me
might as well just chill, stay here.
Yeah. How was the show last night, man? A lot of people.
Wow, we were blessed. We were really blessed. Like people pulled up. Really good, really dope venue. Really nice
what was the
spot.
venue?
7th floor.
I've heard about my homegirl Shalice Aphrodite got a show there today. I think.
Okay.
I don't think I've been there though. Yeah, today.
Okay,
yeah, I don't know if
nice
I can make
spot.
it. It's Mother's Day, so
Yeah.
I already I already fucked up. I didn't remember it was Mother's Day. I don't remember no holays. And shit. Yeah, fuck all that. But yeah, I gotta go make my wife dinner or something.
Yeah.
But goon maneuvers. You know how the vibes.
Yeah.
But I never been there before. Where is it at?
It's right next to Harlem.
Oh,
so,
okay.
Like Club Harlem.
Okay.
So it's right next to Club Harlem in that spot. I guess like Club Asia's there, and they got like some. I don't know if it's like sponsored by Spotify or something like O West or something. It's just
It used to be Nest O West or something like it was, but now I saw that it was Spotify O West. So maybe they picked it up.
Two sides.
There's two sides of it. Yeah.
So like in that same building, 7th floor. 7th floor is in that building.
Okay.
So on the 6th floor is, I don't know, O West, W West, whatever. But anyways, like it's in that building, but really dope spot.
Oh man, I haven't been there in years now.
Yeah.
Shit, the last time I went to a show there was maybe like 2019.
Wow.
Which is a long time ago.
Yeah.
No, they used to have a lot of really empowered like girl communities out here that would put out shows. I'm lacking the name right now, but shout out to Miss Inglewood and Jada B and all those ladies who used to really put it down here in Tokyo. But the last show I went to there was them, like Shori Bradshaw.
Okay.
Yeah, man, I'm really excited for Tokyo to start opening up again, and I'm excited to see you guys perform. I haven't seen the group perform in full, like for A Valley's birthday, I think it was. Y'all were in Shimokita.
Oh, that's
and that's the first time I met you.
Okay,
at that joint, and really we just dapped up, and then I said I'm gonna get you on a podcast, and it was like a few months ago. I think
a few months.
Right?
Yeah.
Well, word, man.
Cool. Damn.
What music are you working on now? Do you got any projects coming out?
Yeah,
like solo? You said you doing something with Deza and Ro Morikawa?
Yeah. So got a project with them, got a project with the Jovan, got a project with my homies out in Hokkaido. And there's another producer out in Shonan. He's been real busy, but like hopefully try and get something with him. And then one of Miles' friends out of Okayama.
Okay.
Molly. Yeah, we just like kind of chopped it up on Instagram. And
y'all folks always got mad projects going on.
Hey, just trying to stay busy. I just do it just for the love of it, man. At the end of the day, it's just
for the
love
art,
of it.
yeah.
Just for the art,
creative release and just being ill.
Yeah.
I fuck with that.
Yeah.
I've never like I don't rap anymore, but back in the day, I used to just like the live improv aspect of it, freestyling, getting open. A part of that is like I can't remember lyrics, bro. Like I'll write a verse, I cannot remember lyrics. If it was not a cornball thing to do to read a piece of paper while you rap into a crowd, I might perform songs.
Just
but
like that,
because of that, I'm
man.
just like, I just got to go off of the head.
It's cool.
I cannot remember lyrics for shit.
That's the art, though.
Yeah.
I'll
that's
kill it, man.
Yeah. Oh, I mean, I don't understand how people have the ability to like write a verse and then remember it, and then it's like they use it one time, and then 3 months later they're like, "Oh, I got to perform that." They'll listen to it and they got it again.
Yeah,
like, bro. Like I used to write down verses when I was a kid. Like I listen to a verse and be like, "Oh, I'll try to write down this whole Raekwon verse," and I could remember it that way, but it never worked for my own music. It's like my brain wants to make the connection to different words that might rhyme with something I said and completely alter the freestyle. So I don't rap anymore.
Oh man. But is there like anywhere I can listen to your music though?
Yeah, there's probably some music online. I definitely got some shit.
I really
there's probably not much rap shit because this is back in the day. Like, I mean, I turned 39 next week. And this is back in the day when we were recording it on like 4 tracks. We were recording on digital 8 tracks. And, like the music would be on like a zip disc. And you lose a zip disc, it's like it's gone forever. Or we would, we recorded it be on CDRs. We have CDRs of it. But then, back then you have a computer with like 10 gigs on it. You're like, word, I got mad space. And it's like, not really. So my first album, I remember, especially the first beat album I made, my homie, my brother Satoru, he fucking deleted it. I came home one day and he's like, "Oh, I thought you already saved it," and I was like, "It's gone."
No,
it's all love. It's no love lost. You know what I mean? But it's just like one of those things that like happened back then. But a lot of my music is a negative in the aether. It's gone. It's in heaven's unchangeable heart. But I'm like I don't have any aspirations to be an MC anymore. But if the time is right, I might try to get open and freestyle with the boys. It just depends. It's a vibe. Especially now that I started drinking again, I'm a little bit more rambunctious and a little bit wild with it. Bombastic with it. So
bombastic. Hey,
so,
like that.
But maybe I don't have any aspirations to make art right now. We'll see. But I want to play some of your music. Cool. Do you have anything you want to share? Can you plug in?
Sure.
Plug in and let's play some of your music. In the meantime, let me try to play a Hilt joint or somebody. Hold on. Yeah, see what we can do so I can find something. I got some songs here. Architecture.
Oh, man,
okay. These are. He just came out. I haven't listened to this joint yet. The Space Jam joint produced by Ghost Pops. Let me play this for the people.
Shit.
Shout out to Ghost Pops.
Yeah, shout out to Ghost Pops.
About to go Hakupa with this though. Get it. Come home around 6, hit the TV real quick, TBS Steve Harvey, FX at the flicks, ooh they got Godzilla, Mother ain't shit, moss balls and granny closets, still my fubu hella lit, Mahaya at the church, mama always playing hits, fall asleep in service, man I always got a lick, sirens ringing doing prayer, choir still kept it lit, play in the house, outside they on some shit, I'm trying to get it though, they look so good in Jabos, I don't know how to be getting it, but I'ma get those, said the outlet was different, I'm proud of these though, feel like Will, I'm the Fresh Prince, come getting me, bro. In the kitchen was shaking. Fry pan yelling, ain't my nigga where the bacon. Pops came home and he yelling, earth shaking. Had a peaceful day, but tonight hell raising. Man, the cycle lane changing, blood smell like craisins. Who got next on control? I'm amazing. Smell my mama cooking, probably chicken with the Cajun. Couple Steve Urkels, count a few Caucasians. Got game like Twist, signed up and be a patient.
I mean, I was already loving the beat before that little vocal sample came in, right? Ghost Pops is one of the illest, man. Shout out to Tokyo Dope City.
Hey.
It's a studio out in where the hell is this studio?
Shinkoenji.
Okay, yeah, Shinkoenji. Man, I've known Ghost Pops for years. I've known him before he was Ghost Pops, and I remember he was like, yo, this year I'm gonna be the dopest producer in Tokyo. And then, like, the next year, he was working with all these cats. Sita, Jime, Usagi. Yeah. He really is, like, he went from being, like, a dude who was just, like, super talented musically. He went to school. He studied music. He's not even, like, a hip-hop producer, so to speak. He was in, like, punk bands.
Yeah, it was, like, a metal band,
fucking,
too.
You know what I mean?
Metal.
Like, but, South African cat, just fucking ill. That's one of my favorite people out here, man. And
that's family,
he
man.
also, he sprinkles it with the bruv and the ting.
Oh, man.
You know what I mean? He got that bruv and ting sprinkled there. Shout out to him, man, because, his production style is so clean and just, yeah.
back in the kitchen was shaking.
Yeah, he's ill. Like, variety is nuts.
Yeah. Just
Word
like
up.
versatility too, man.
Had a peaceful day.
That's family. That's
Yeah,
family. That's family.
I'm gonna have to get him back on the podcast soon, man. I haven't spoken. Like we always say, we're gonna link up, but then our schedules just never work. He's one of the hardest working people I know. So every time I talk to him, like I'll be mad proud of the work he's doing, but I'm like, bro, you need to like, you don't look tired, but you must be tired. Like you working every day. Like, bro, take a day off. Like, you know what I mean? Breathe. Just sit. Just take some time to breathe. You know. But the thing is like the rituals that make him happy are that effort in finding that sound after looking for you know. So shout out to him. I'm gonna come down on this, and I'm gonna let you go ahead and get busy with it and play a song.
It's different. It's very like Brian actually produced this song.
Oh
yeah.
You mean Nair B?
Nair B, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let me
Nair B produced this.
Whenever you're ready.
Yeah. Right now. It's very zen.
Oh, you know, Nair B got that. He got that energy. Nair B on the keys.
Nair B on the keys.
It's called Peace.
Peace. Yeah.
And you can find this on Spotify.
On Spotify.
And you can also find that Ghost Pops A Valley song on Spotify. It's called Space Jam.
Hey.
Turn it up a little bit on your phone if you
sure.
can. Yeah, just blast it, and then I'll
Shout out Zuchan, Ezra. That's her on the chorus.
I don't know if I know her.
She is a
She
wealth
light
of
skinned?
knowledge. No, she's Japanese.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but she is one of the most interesting people you'll meet. Yeah.
She speak English?
Fluently.
She need to come on the podcast.
Yeah, you'll have fun.
Bring her on. You be the co-host with me that
sure,
day.
sure.
Yeah, I'll talk to you about it.
Stuck in a 4-box wall. All I have are leaves filled with memories and scars. Happy thoughts they said of the ones that lead the stars. But what about those that left you feeling far? Detached from reality doesn't have to be. Know you got a friend in yourself through the tragedies. A brother to help you get right on your feet. To a sense of purpose when your day's feeling complete. On guard, there's multiple beings fenced with your heart. You cross the street, look around, but you're still lost. Don't you fret, God in hands never come at cost. Leading you to brighter days and right towards peace, patience, and all the love. Enveloped in brighter days, looking right towards peace, patience, and right now, what we need is more love.
Yo, this track is mad silky smooth, bro.
Thank
This
you.
is smooth.
Thank
Your voice sound really good over this.
Appreciate it. Yeah.
Your rap voice is really dope too. It's distinct. Yeah. You know, there's people who's like their voice sound mad different than their rap voice. Like there's cats like A Valley who sounds the same all the time. It depends on like how fast he's speaking, but like yeah. This is you too?
Yeah.
When you're feeling kinda down, when you feel you got a frown, let them all out, those emotions are fire. When you're feeling kinda down, look to the sky. When you're feeling kinda
What I love about the Hilt, man, y'all are so positive and young and youthfully exuberant. Like you guys are like, you walk that line of like toxic positivity almost. Like y'all are, it's like some days I'm like Miles, God, you are so happy all the time, bro. Like, yeah. You know, people tell me it's like, you know, Jet pointed this out a couple weeks ago and I had to really think about it. It's like, it's true. He's like, when Mega's drinking, he always has hostile energy. And I'm just like, oh, it's true. Like, I'm not hostile, but I do have that like that 90s WWF wrestler promo energy. Like, bro, we got to get it together. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, we coming for you, nigga. Like, I got, you know, Hulk Hogan. Yeah, I got that energy, you know, but when I speak to Miles like, oh, you know, I'm just absorbing the sunlight right now. Like, all right, God. Yeah, I love you guys, man. You guys are great. You guys are phenomenal. Now, the type of, you know, like what you guys instill, like infuse into your music with the message, it's not any nonsense to me. Like sometimes it's fun tracks and like that Space Jam track, you know, Valley's going off on all these 90s references of things and it's fun, but there's never tracks where you guys are talking about some toxic shit. You guys are always on point with, you know what I mean? Like just being dope and having good experiences. And I always get the sensation that you guys feel very fortunate to be here and very fortunate to be
definitely.
working together and to be making
Definitely.
music and just given the opportunities that you guys have, which is easy to lose track of, man. Like there's a lot of people who like their dream is to come and take a picture at the Shibuya Scramble.
Yeah.
And we just be out there like, damn, bro, they got too many people out here sometimes.
No.
It's easy to forget that, you know, it's
Yeah.
like the experience that we have out here, like we got healthcare, bro. Like, you know what I mean?
It's a lot of blessings
Yeah,
to take
man.
into consideration, but you know, just being a part of that group, you know, is really, like you said, walking like that fine line of toxic positivity. You know, that's not like behind, like at the back of our minds. Like it's nothing like that. But to be honest, you know, we just make music to make music.
Right.
It's just we not trying to really make things that we don't believe in.
Yeah. Well, you know, the thing about like toxic positivity, it's where you're so positive that you dismiss other people's like sensations. It's like no, you're just going to be fine. Like everything's fine. Don't think about it. You guys don't approach that at all, but but it's like always so positive. But anytime that you know I speak to you guys like Miles and A Valley, who I'm closest with out of people in the thing, and you know I call Nair B my cousin too, but we interact less than me, Miles, and A Valley. And every time I talk to those dudes, they's always, you know, thinking about, you know, the way that they respond to people and the way that they're responding and experiencing the world. And they're both very, very intelligent dudes, man. And I see that in you too. You know, this is our first time really rocking, but even before we got started, I was like, oh man, I like J Rovia. It's like he's not just a guest on the show, because I got a lot of people who are just guests on the show. I mean, I call them all friends of the show, and we're friends in an acquaintance sense. But with you, man, especially you living down the street, we're gonna be rocking.
And kicking.
We're gonna be rocking, dog. I had no idea that you were so close.
Right down there, man.
If I knew you was this close, we would have got together earlier. But I just you know, I record out at the house. I record out of the studio. So for some people, it's like, yo, where do you live? It's like fucking Chiba. It's like, I feel bad bringing you out here on a, you know what I mean? Not only do they got to ride an hour and a half here and then an hour and a half back, but they sit in the studio for 2 hours and, you know, like, but yeah, man, we rocking. I know, you know, there's a lot more to say. I do want to, give a shout out. Rest in peace, Neil Adams, who just passed away, 80 years old. Also, George Perez passed away this morning. Both of them are phenomenal comic book artists who changed the world with their art and give us definitive. Like for me, those two artists, like that's my Batman. You know, that's how Batman looks. Like that blue and that blue and gray Batman suit is what I want to see. And you know, for George Perez, like correct me if I'm wrong, but he was drawing like fucking the Infinity Gauntlet. You know, the original book. So he just passed away. We know he was sick for a while, but he passed away this morning. I just want to give a shout out to them, man. I'm a huge comic book fan. Like my whole life, I've been reading comic books. The first nightmare I remember having was with the Green Goblin in it.
Oh, that's freaky.
You know, he's a scary motherfucker, dog. Yeah, he's a scary cat, bro. Yeah. But yeah, man, one thing that I like to do as we get towards the end of the podcast here, I do like to ask a few rapid fire questions. Sure. Sometimes it's just a one word or one sentence will do. Sometimes we will have to talk about it for a minute to the answer. So I'm gonna hit you with a few questions and just try to give me an answer for these.
All right, safe.
They're simple questions. Like, let's start with the first one. Your favorite all-time MC?
Damn.
You can rifle off a couple if you like. Give me a top 5.
All right, I would say Common for sure. I would like to say Lupe Fiasco.
Okay.
Lupe Fiasco. Absol.
Okay.
Yeah.
He need to put out some work. He ain't put out shit in a long time.
A long time. Yeah. Absol. Rest in peace, Mac Miller.
Okay.
Definitely Mac Miller for sure. And I would like to say Kendrick, but I also put J. Cole there too.
Okay.
Kendrick and J. So that's 6. But Kendrick with OD. I listened to that the other day. And I was like, even though this was made in 2010 and he was like what 23 24 maybe, so very much ahead of his time, but I think it wasn't. And I had this conversation with Gabriel and I was like, you know, two different artists, but he's like, yeah, my favorite Lupe album was Food and Liquor, like, original, like the, you know, first album, Food and Liquor. And I was like, okay, mine is probably like between The Cool and like Food and Liquor 2.
Okay.
And he was like, yeah, but Food and Liquor, of course, like the production wasn't as great. You know, it's like, you know, this is back in 2006.
Yeah.
And I mean, of course, like the production, you know, sonically may not have been as like might not have stood out as The Cool, but like the content and like the lyrics. And I was like, I doubled back. I was like, you know, you're right. I mean, my favorite Lupe songs are from Food and Liquor. So American Terrorist and Hurt Me So. Of course, like I grew up, like my first song of Lupe was like Kick Push. That's the first song that I heard. But like, yeah, American Terrorist and Hurt Me So.
Man, my favorite Lupe is probably Tetsuo and Youth.
Tetsuo and Youth.
Yeah,
oh my gosh, that was a masterpiece.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of Lupe, especially because it gives one of my favorite MCs a lot of props, A$AP Rock. I'm a big fan of A$AP. Yeah, but okay, favorite MCs.
Yeah.
What's your favorite Common album? I talk a lot of shit about Common. I talk a lot of shit about J. Cole, but I also have a lot of respect for Common.
Okay.
I don't know if I have too much respect for J. Cole, but I like Common a lot. My favorite Common album is probably like Water for Chocolate or B. Or B.
B, definitely B.
The Kanye beats on B are dope, but like Water for Chocolate has Thelonious with Slum Village, and that J Dilla beat is just that was one of the first beats where I was just like, J Dilla has some type of machinery that just speaks to the soul that is so much different than any other producer. Like you could try to quantify like all the dope shit he's doing with the production techniques, but there's very few people who produce music that kind of just like touches an aspect. It's like that shit just goes straight to a different chakra. You know what I mean? Like what you got on your favorite Common album?
Favorite Common album?
Or I mean, you know,
that'd probably be B.
Yeah,
I think
those beats are
B
just
for me was just
it's fucking beautiful.
Gosh.
It's a really beautiful album.
It was just very cohesive. Very cohesive. But I think
that's like, to me, that's my favorite Kanye. That era of Kanye, around that time is my favorite Kanye.
Graduation and like
I mean the work on the Blueprint, like that's my favorite Kanye.
But and I was just like, I can't really vibe with Kanye. Like
I'm not
musically.
I'm not a fan.
Yeah.
I mean. I've never really been a fan. I always check out his albums because he's such an important cultural touchstone. And, you know, you can't be a hip hop head and not have a conversation about Kanye with 90% of the hip hop peoples. So I mean, I listen to his album. I listened to every J album. I like some of them. I don't like some of them. But you know, I'm a weird underground hip hop head. So my top 5 favorite MCs are not even close to those people.
Nah, safe. Yeah, I mean, What about yours? What are your top 5 then? My
favorite MCs?
Yeah.
It changes here to there and year to year, but right now, you know, A$AP Rock has been one of my favorites since high school, which is going on 23 years now. Bus Driver is one of my favorite MCs. Right now, I'm a big fan of like Billy Woods is one of my favorites.
Yeah, Miles put me on his new album.
I like Mike a lot right now.
Mike,
Mike is. I mean, a lot of those cats. I'm really always happy to hear their new stuff coming out. But as terms of like MCs that I've loved for over 10 years, like, you know, I still love Ghostface, but most of my love for Ghostface goes back to earlier Ghostface. But you know, when people talk about like cats who were creative and doing it and also have longevity, like Ghostface is one that comes to head. I used to say Black Thought until Black Thought became everybody's fucking go-to favorite MC. I've loved the Roots since the Roots came out, and so I heard the Roots, and Black Thought is still one of my favorites. But for sure, 2 that have been on my favorites list for 20 years is A$AP Rock and Bus Driver. Yeah, especially, and those are 2 cats that if a hip hop head comes up to me and like, yo, what do you listen to? What should I listen to? I wouldn't give him an A$AP Rock album, and I wouldn't give him a Bus Driver album.
Wow.
I think they require a little bit of context.
Okay.
Yeah, even underground heads. I'm not like, go check out this Bus Driver album. Everything sounds different, but I think he's tremendously important. His art is important. I also like Earl a lot right now too.
Earl?
His last album was good, but like, man, some of his verses are just like that same thing that I said about Dilla, like ability to touch and like convey something.
Yeah.
Some of his verses are wild to me. He has a verse on Mike's album Weight of the World that I thought was incredible. Like his verse on the joint from Feet of Clay with Maxo, like some of those verses just like tap into something that, like, I don't know, I feel like my ancestors communicated with me and shit on it. You know what I mean? Like there's a spirit there. But yeah. What do you think is like what's a perfect album to you? Is there an album that you think is like you could play it all the way through with no skips on it?
Dang.
I know I should have probably. I usually I like to shoot these questions to people beforehand and give them a chance to develop their thoughts. But you know, like off rip.
Perfect album, dang, with no skips.
I've got one. Like an
Okay.
album that I think that is perfect is Mos Def's first album, Black on Both Sides.
Okay.
The variety, of sound, the collaborations. It's got moments of it like it ends with like this fucking piano fucking beat, and it's got your Miss Fat Booty on it. It's got your joint with Busta Rhymes going off. It's got fucking Umi Said, you know what I mean, which is just like an unbelievably weird track for a hip hop album. It's like a singing soul album.
Okay.
I love Black on Both Sides. I also love. I mean, I would say that like Only Built for Cuban Links, the first Raekwon album, is one of those unskippable. Illmatic, of course. These are
Okay.
Like, but like for me, I'm gonna skip. Like, I love Doggy Style, Snoop's first album, but I'm gonna skip because a lot of the shit on there is just like toxic.
It's toxic.
Yeah, I can't go back to it.
At the time, it was like,
it's suitable.
but now,
It's fine. Yeah.
Okay, now I have some time to think about it. I think Too High to Riot by Boss.
Oh, I haven't heard that. Yeah.
Sonically masterpiece, and I think it just for me, when people talk about like Dreamville, because like I've been with Jay, I like Jid.
Can I have you get on the mic a little?
Oh,
more?
my bad. Yeah, well, like Jid and like Jid's lyricism is insane. Earth Gang, they've been doing their thing. Really cool. Of course, Ari Lennox with like the soul. So her album's amazing, and J Cole being J Cole, but I think Kaz also really dope. But Boss, he's African. So for me, it's like I feel more connection to Boss. To be honest, like I said J. Cole, but I like Boss more than I like J. Cole. And it's like, that African connection that, that's there. It's just like, it's a lot of stuff that he talk about too. And he's just like, okay, you grew up in France and you're trying to like, talk about your experiences, like you living in France, also like living in, the United States, and like kind of like bridging those experiences and also like bringing them together to make it like one cohesive, work of art.
Word.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go listen to it on the strength of all that you just said.
Yeah,
what is the name of it?
Too High to Riot by Boss.
Okay.
Yeah.
Too High to Riot.
Too High
I like
to Riot.
that.
Yeah.
All right.
Amazing. Just amazing album. Amazing album. And
I'm gonna peep it.
This song called Methadone with him and Kaz. And
okay.
Probably like the best song, one of the best songs. And he has like this I forgot what it is, but it's like with the Hicks.
Okay.
Yeah, and they're like I believe they're from Ireland.
Okay.
Either Ireland or like the UK. They're really cool people.
Oh, dope.
They're also like they got an EP that came out a while back. They're starting to make music again.
Okay.
But it's amazing. There's kind of like I don't know how to explain, but
no doubt.
Their music kind of, I guess, like a fusion of like R&B and electronica almost. It's really dope.
I fuck with that.
Yeah.
Okay. Shit. How about your favorite animal?
Wolf.
If you could have any superpower, what would you have? I'm gonna tell you right now. If you say telepathy, I'm gonna call you a cop. I feel like people that want to be telepaths are people that want to be telepaths. You're perverts. why you wanna read people's minds? You only want to use it for nefarious goals or because you're insecure. If you like telepathy, you're a fucking cop.
Yeah.
And fuck the police.
Fuck the police. I would say I will choose flying.
Flying's tight.
Yeah.
How do you think it would work? Do you think it works like just like running, right? Like your body exerts a certain force, like you get tired, or is it like a mental thing? Just think about it and float.
It's like as a kid, I was one of those kids. I was just thought I could be a cartoon character.
Oh yeah.
So I'd be like,
I still do.
Yeah, right.
I still do. There's not a day that goes by with me walking through Tokyo where I don't imagine web swinging through this shit. I swear to God, like even in the station, I'm like, if I had web shooters right now, I'd be just pull myself on the ground, like
just be like,
you know what I mean? Yeah. I still want to be Spider-Man. I'm a giant child. I'm just like a giant child is really what I'm dealing with.
But like, yeah, man, I don't know. It's like as a kid, I was like, I think it would be like mental. You'd be like, I want to fly, but it's kind of like works with like running. It'd be just natural. It's like I want to run, so I'm gonna run. I want to fly, so I'm gonna fly.
Okay, yeah.
Kind of like that. Yeah.
It's got to be like some type of like mental projection of it, just imagine having, because if flying worked like running, bro, I could only fly to like the second floor. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, I might be able to fly up to the seventh floor. But it's like, bro, can you imagine like running up 7 flights of stairs?
Oh
like,
my God,
yeah,
take a hard pass on that,
bro. Shoot. Nah. But if it's like walking, then my flying, I'll be just floating slowly across. We'll see. All right, let's see. Favorite Konbini.
Oh, I gotta go with the Lawson.
Okay.
I gotta go with the Lawson, man. Their food is just better.
We used to do marry, fuck, kill with Lawson's, Family Mart, and 7-Eleven.
Yeah.
Who would you marry? Who would you fuck? Who would you kill? Yeah, we've got like extensive data on this. We've asked hundreds of people this question, and you know the rankings have changed over the years, but Lawson's has been on that third spot for a while.
Really?
Yeah, it was usually if people are thinking about the food, they talk about 7-Eleven.
Seven?
If they're talking about like, you know, just basics that they always can find and always can get, is Family Mart, because there's more Family Marts everywhere.
Yeah,
so
for
it's
sure.
kind of that.
Seven. I mean, Seven. They're really good with like the seasonal stuff, and just like I will have to say this. I think if you want pasta, because I like pasta. If you want pasta, Lawson's where it's at. I guess I gotta play devil's advocate now that I'm thinking about it a little bit more. But if you want like varieties of foods, especially like in different prefectures, then Seven's the way to go.
Word.
Because like in just like each prefecture, you're always gonna get something different.
Yeah.
So like of course like, you know, the pastries and the breads are gonna be the same like throughout, but when it comes to like the onigiris or like the bentos or even like I guess different kinds of
Word.
pastas, Seven definitely has variety for different palates.
I used to argue with people a lot more about it. I'd be like, "Oh, you like 7-Eleven? Fuck you, cuz." No, not really, but we used to debate like, no, 7-Eleven got that name brand fucking beer, and we ain't fucking with that. But no, I rock with everybody's choices nowadays. When it comes to water, do you enjoy your water cold or room temperature?
Room temperature. Recently, more not even recent. I think for like the past, I would say a good 2-3 years, because I play soccer, and like cold water is nice, but it's just when you want to drink a lot of it, it's better room temperature.
Yeah, no doubt.
honestly. Yeah. So
All right.
yeah.
It depends on the season for me. Like,
Okay.
most of the year, room temperature. Summer, cold,
you need
ice
that
cold
cold
water.
out here, especially Tokyo, because
Bro,
Tokyo
I be
summer don't
melting
play.
out here, dog.
Don't
like that's the problem about a
play.
walking city. It's like even just walking 10 minutes to the station,
Yeah.
you're already like, oh my god.
Man, and on the trains especially, because dude.
How you feel about Tokyo weather compared to where you was out in Hokkaido? What do you prefer, like year round, if you had to choose one? While you know,
if Hokkaido's winters didn't last half a year, then it would be perfect, because like summer in Hokkaido's get really hot. They really do, because it's like it's surrounded. I mean, it's an island. Japan is an island, but anyways, it's just surrounded by water.
Yeah.
For the most part, so it gets really humid in the summers, and a good measure to like I guess like dictate the humidity is like if you have rice. So like in the spring, like early spring, you can like leave rice in your rice cooker. Especially same thing goes for here. You can leave rice in your rice cooker and it'll be okay. You could probably last like 2 days, 3 days. I mean, depends. It'll be fresh. It'll be fresh. But in the summer, half a day is gone.
no shit.
Half a day is gone.
Yeah, Okinawa is dumb humid like that too.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I just don't like. I didn't know that I didn't like snow. Snow's really dope for me. Like the first day, I'm like, wow, everything's beautiful and white. And then that like second day when it's all yellow with the dirt and all types of shit, I'm like, ugh. Yeah, I just don't want to be a part of it.
Disgusting. Because like out here, they don't do anything to their snow. They just like leave it.
Yeah.
So like in Hokkaido, it'll be weird. They'll be saying like, so like in the States, like what did you do to, you know, get rid of the snow? I was like, yeah, we throw salt on it because it dissolves. It dissolves the snow. They'd be like, salt, that's weird. We just throw sand. I was like, sand doesn't really do much. It might like help build traction just a little bit, but not really, because they just like leave the ice on the floor. I mean, on the you know, on the ground and whatnot. So
I went up to Sapporo my first year here in Japan, and I was like, oh, this is dope. And then the next day I was like, fuck this shit.
Oh, you went to like the winter festival?
Yeah. I saw the giant, you know, snow joints. And it was dope. But I was like, man, I'm going back to Tokyo.
Yeah, man. It's the winter out there. It's not for the faint of heart.
I'm a West Coast kid. You know, I went to high school in Hawaii, so like I expected snow to be like this winter, like, wow, this is the best shit ever. But it really is. It's tiring. Like after 2 days, you're just like, this is just. You can't
do anything. You're just like, it's cold. It's miserable.
Your shoe game can't even be real dope because your shoe's gonna get
Oh, I got a funny story about it. It was like, it's before I found out about the hoikuro, right? Hoikuro, they also have like the foot hoikuros, right? And I didn't know about that until like my second year in Hokkaido. So I was putting like the pocket hoikuros into my shoes. And like they wouldn't last for that long, man. So I was like, you know, double up on the socks, maybe put like 3 pairs of socks.
When I went out there, I bought a pair of like snow boots, like some Vans, like big ass like snow boots or whatever. I thought I was really killing them with it. Not too hot, but yeah,
It gets cold.
nobody cares.
Nobody cares.
Yeah, nobody did a double take on.
Yeah.
All right. And I've only worn them once. I still got them, but I've only worn once when I was in Hokkaido.
Yeah,
so,
just because for the season, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, shit, brother, I'm really happy to have you on the podcast finally. I think that we'll be on again. Your homegirl Zuchan, is that what you said?
Yeah.
Maybe we can get her on the podcast.
I'll let her know.
Yeah,
She'll be really happy.
We'll do a co-host with me.
Yeah.
We'll peel the layers back and find out who she is as a person.
She's making strides. She does like a lot of writing for quite a few indie bands out here.
Oh, tight.
Yeah, we went out to like they're called Mime. It's like an indie rock, I guess, like indie alternative band.
I'm sure Jet knows that.
Yeah, probably more than likely.
Right.
He more.
You might know all the names of the band members.
99% he probably knows them, but like the songs that really stood out were the songs that she wrote.
Ah, bet.
Yeah, it was just amazing because she also speaks English, so she'll like throw English lyrics there. For the most part, like those tracks were like mostly in English. But yeah, she's an amazingly talented individual. Her art, she also does like arts and like doodles and stuff, and they're super dope.
Yeah, we'll get her on, no doubt.
Yeah.
Where can we find your music? Like, what are the best places to find you online and your music? Give us your social media shit so people can find it. I'll put it. Excuse me, I'll put it in the comments and everything too.
Thank you. So my Instagram is j.rovia @j.rovia. That's my Instagram, and same on Spotify. And same on SoundCloud. Also, like on Apple Music for all y'all that use Apple Music and YouTube. You can find me there. A lot of my tracks are tracks done by the homies. So also peep their music too. So shout out A Valley, shout out Mr. Giovanni, shout out Nair B. Also, got stuff coming up with Crafty Kid. Hopefully in the future real soon. Now that we're living together, so it's kind of like
no doubt
by default almost. But yeah, those are my socials. Like I said, I couldn't done this without them. For real. I was out in Hokkaido. Big reason why I moved out here was, to be with the Hilt, also for like soccer as well. But those are like the 2 main reasons.
Word.
Why? Yeah.
What do you mean for soccer? You just want to play it, or you on a team?
I'm trying to go pro.
Oh.
Yeah.
Word life. You think you know pro. A guy?
Yeah.
All right.
Pro. So yeah, I've been taking this pretty seriously for like the past I would say like 3-4 years. Really taking it serious. I almost got lucky shortly before I moved to Tokyo. My friend Sushin, he's Zainichi Korean, great ass dude. We tried out for this team out in Mie. It was they were gonna be promoted to J4, and we got in, but visa issues and say what would you be able to do for work out there. And like I was trying to see like what jobs that they had, and there wasn't really a whole lot. So I was like, sustainability, especially. I'm trying to play pro, but I also want to go to grad school too. I miss going to school.
Okay.
So I was like trying to think, trying to say like what's like the best option, especially because moving to Tokyo was like my goal at the time. So I was like, I'm not really trying to. I came out here for an opportunity, see if for the experience, see what could happen with that, and I succeeded by His grace. I succeeded, and that was real cool. Didn't get it because of visa issues, but still trying to push it, still trying to see what's gonna happen. Music and soccer, my family first. Music and soccer are my second loves, but my family's my first love.
Okay, bet, man.
And everyone in my family's my first love. So
hey, man. Hey, I'm hoping you make it so I can have a professional soccer homie.
I'm praying, man. I'm really praying. Yeah.
Word life, man. Mega Late Show. Yeah. Mega Late Show, Secret House Against the World, the Hilt, my man J Rovia. Thank y'all for tuning in.
Appreciate
and I think I'm going to be back more often with these Mega Late Shows. Hey. So stay tuned. Like, subscribe, do all these things.
Yeah.
Farewell.
Yeah.
Peace.
Thank you.
Put
Peace.
Some music to it, man. Let's play some music.
Hey.
Oh, I'll turn it down. Oh, I'm turning it down still. There we go. Jansport, all the beats done by Jansport J. Go support my guy. One of the illest out. Especially peep that Benny freestyle that he produced.
Dang.
So hard.
Well, he produced. Dang.
Yeah. Oh, I mean, Jansport J is one of the illest out, man. He's fucking fire. Yeah. He got a lot of track joints with a lot of dope people. And speaking of which, the homie Wino Willie is on the new Danielson album. He got 2 tracks on that. Check that out, man. There's a lot of talented people all over the place.
Hey.
We out.
Peace.